Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to show you how you can get a stronger, healthier, and bigger neck. Nowadays, everyone is so obsessed with training abs that they completely neglect muscle groups that are a lot more practical for changing your physique and more important for your overall health. And the neck is one of those muscle groups that people never train. Yet it is very important to do so because a stronger neck is not just for boxers and MMA fighters. In reality, neck training can create balance and alleviate pain. It can protect your head if you fall, and most importantly, for a lot of young guys who want to bulk up, training your neck will make you look a lot more masculine. In fact, along with your arms, your neck is one of the most visible body parts that is exposed even when dressed up. So bulking up your neck a few inches will have a huge impact on your physique. The good thing is that training neck is very easy, and with just 3 exercises done 2 or 3 times a week for about 15 minutes, you can have a stronger, bigger, and pain-free neck. Now, you will hear a lot of people argue that you're already training your neck enough with other exercises, like shrugs and barbell bent over rolls. The problem with this kind of training is that it's not dynamic, but rather static training. And as I mentioned in my video on forearm training, if you really want to grow your neck fast, you will have to dynamically train it a few times per week. Like your forearms, your neck recovers very quickly. So the key to growing it is frequency and the 5 basic weight training principles that I summarized in my acronym first. Before we get to the exercises, I want to point out that it is very important to stretch before training your neck and slowly easing into it because it's very easy to injure your neck. And believe me, if you're not warmed up or you overdo training, you will have a stiff neck for days. So what I do every time is I spend a few minutes stretching. How I stretch and get my neck ready for a workout is by doing 5 or 6 forward flexions where you try to touch your chin to your chest. Hold it down for a few seconds, release, and then repeat. After flexion, I perform the same thing for neck extensions, which is tilting the head back as far as possible. Next is the lateral flexion, or tilting your head to each shoulder. And finally, neck rotations, where I bring my chin to the left shoulder and then to the right. Now that we're warmed up, let's get to the exercises. The first exercise is plate curls. Plate curls train all of the muscles responsible for bringing your head to your chin. The main muscle trained is the sternocleidomastoid muscle. If you're a beginner, you should probably begin without any weight and slowly progress to using the weights. My personal experience is that the neck is really sensitive and easy to injure, so I generally train it with more sets and higher number of reps, or between 10 and 20 repetitions. When performing plate curls, you should lift only with your head. Do not flex your abs as though you're doing crunches, and do not lift with your hands. Your hands are there only to support the weight. You will also need a towel or a folded up t-shirt to protect your forehead from the weights. I see a lot of people wearing regular winter hats for that purpose. I personally found that when you get to the heavier weights, and that will happen fast, the hat will not provide you with enough cushion. The second exercise is neck extensions. Neck extensions train the spinal erector muscles and the upper traps. The old school way of training neck extensions is with body weight exercises like the infamous neck bridges. As you can probably guess, I'm not a huge fan of neck bridges because they're a body weight exercise, but also because they are very bad for your neck. A better way of training neck extensions is with the head harness. The head harness is a cheap way of building massive neck extensor and upper trap muscles. Head harnesses come in all shapes and sizes. I've personally used mine for a very long time, and it's a real cheap one. In fact, I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to check it out. The third exercise is the lateral plate flexion. This exercise is actually not a necessary one because it trains the same muscle as when performing frontal neck flexions. But I like doing it because it trains the muscle from a different angle, and it's also good for creating balance in the sternocleidomastoid muscle. Again, you have to perform this exercise with a folded up t-shirt or a towel, and you will notice that you can't lift as much weight as with plate curls. The final exercise is not a necessary one at all because it will not give you a huge neck. But I like doing it because it will protect you from getting knocked out from a hook. What I mean is that most fighters that get knocked out lose consciousness because of the sudden neck rotation. By doing this exercise, you strengthen the rotation muscles and are able to take a punch without going down. I really like the tube bands for this purpose, but for anyone that tries this exercise, be extremely careful because it's very easy to lose a tooth or a crown while doing this. That is why I always start off with the lightest bands and slowly progress. In fact, I remember when I was younger doing this Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu rotation neck training exercise where you lay on your back with your head tilted up and begin to slowly rotate left and right. As always, this is a body weight exercise, so if you don't find a way to increase the weight, you will continue to increase the number of repetitions, and that will lead to the building of slow twitch muscle fibers, which will not give you size, but instead endurance. Alright guys, this is all for this video on neck training. As always, remember that you have to train the correct muscle fiber with the right intensity, overloading the full range of the muscle by prioritizing the big muscles, and finally using proper technique. Thanks again for watching. To everyone who is not subscribed yet, please scroll down and hit the subscribe and the little bell notification. Your support of my channel is really appreciated. See you next week.